Hello, my dear children. How are you all? I hope all of you are doing well. So, today in this video, we are going to read the poem The Trees. This poem is written by the poetess Adrienne Rich. Adrienne Rich is an American poet, and she had mainly talked about the exploitation of women in her poems. The trees is a symbolic poem, and the trees are compared to the women in this poem. So how they are compared to the women, we will see in this poem. So let's start the poem with this first stanza. The trees inside are moving out into the forest that was empty all these days, where no bird could sit, no insect hide, no sun bury its feet in shadow. The forest that was empty all these nights will be full of trees by morning. So where are the trees initially? They are inside the house of the poetess, and they want to move out of that house because they are not feeling good there. They are feeling chained, and they want to move out into a forest which is completely empty. They are uh, in a boundary. Right now they are in a boundary because the house of the poetess has a boundary, and the trees are in that boundary only. So they don't want to be in that boundary forever, and they want to move out, and they want to move out towards the forest which is completely empty. There are no birds, no insects, and no shadow, because there are no trees. So where the birds would sit, where the insects would hide, there is no place, only uh, land is there. And because of the lack of trees, shadow will also not be formed there. So in such a forest, towards such a forest, the trees wants to move out, and that empty forest will be full of trees by the next morning. All night the roots work to disengage themselves from the cracks in the veranda floor. The leaves strain towards the glass, small twigs stiff with exertion, long cramped boughs shuffling under the roof like newly discharged patients, half dazed, moving to the clinic floor doors. So the roots of the trees are trying their best to move out of the cracks of the veranda floor. The leaves are also trying their best to break the glass and move out. Small twigs. Twigs means branches. So those the small branches of the trees are also tired. They are looking tired because they are making some efforts. Exertion means they are making efforts. And long cramped boughs means the main branches of the trees, the long branches of the trees, they are also trying their best to move out of the house. And these long cramped boughs means those branches are compared to the newly discharged patients. When a patient is newly discharged from the hospital, the patient looks like an exhausted person, a tired person who is completely confused. So these branches are also looking like a patient, exhausted and tired. I sit inside, doors open to the veranda, writing long letters in which I scarcely mention the departure of the forest from the house. The night is fresh, the whole moon shines in a sky still open. The smell of leaves and lichen still reaches like a voice into the rooms. So where the poet is sitting, the poetess is sitting inside her room, in one of her rooms, and the door of that room is open towards the veranda. That's why the poetess is able to see everything which is happening in front of her. And what is she doing? She is writing some long letters, and she is not writing about those trees in her letters. She is writing on any other topic. And how is the night? The night is fresh, and the moon is shining, and the smell of leaves and lichen means algae. So the smell of leaves and lichen is everywhere, and the smell had spread like the voice in her room. My head is full of whispers which tomorrow will be silent. Listen, the glass is breaking. The trees are stumbling forward into the night. Winds rush to meet them. The moon is broken like a mirror. Its pieces flash now in the crown of the tallest oak. So the poetess is saying that her head is full of whispers, the low sound of the trees, and she is able to hear these sounds, these whispers, and she's also saying that tomorrow there will be no sound. Listen, the glass is breaking, and the noise of breaking of the glass is also coming to her ears, and the trees are stumbling forward into the night. The trees are moving towards the forest, and winds rush to meet the trees, and the moon is appearing like a broken mirror, and the pieces of the broken moon is at the top of the oak tree. Oak tree is one of the tallest trees, and some pieces of the moon is looking like it is there on the topmost part of the oak. So such a beautiful scenery she has depicted in this stanza. So basically what we need to understand in this poem is that the trees are compared to the women. Just like the trees, the trees want to move out of the house. In the same way, the women in this world also wants to move out of the house, and the women also want to live their life on their own terms. They want freedom, and since so many years ago, the women is chained inside the house, and they are not allowed to move out of the house, and this is not a good condition. So the women, just like the trees, want freedom and want to live freely. This is the main idea the poet is trying to depict in this poem. So I hope all of you have understood this poem, and if you have any doubt, you can comment in the comment section below. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.